We'll put it like that.
Nice.
What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
Awesome.
it was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly, from there, the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
But how was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But, to watch that and to think I wished I was there live. So to have your video was so cool. And just say, this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like he's got the ball yet. First NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, that's just so cool to see. And it was fun to watch. And, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory! What a memory to have, right? So,
and honestly,
cool.
those. One of the best guests ever, the Buccateers in the house tonight. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat Donovan.
It looks like Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like you got a little...
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, dang, nothing's happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took over Rich McCann, I'm still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then come out and make it good.
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccateers of wide receiver Kalen Geiger, and we are about to have a great pod. This is the Buccateers. You're tapped in, and here we go. Howdy ho, howdy hey, how the hell is everybody? Welcome back. Thanksgiving week. Black Friday is around the corner. Blackout Wednesday is upon us. Well, hopefully not upon us, because I plan on not drinking a thing tonight. So upon the people, I should say. But we are here getting it on a Thanksgiving Black Friday week special. Hoe in the Line edition with football galore. 3 NFL games tomorrow. 1 college game tomorrow. NFL game Friday. College games galore Friday, Saturday. NFL, same old. Great stuff. The great Tyler joining us saying, I love the Cheech and Chong broken camera part of the intro. Always a classic there. And speaking of a classic, the host of the show himself, I'm just here to help out today and drink some coffee and have a good time with my guy, Joey Nips. How the hell we doing, brother? Welcome. Or is that Joey Cena? I can't really tell the difference.
Hey, under what now? I think it's under 3 weeks to go until the greatest of all time retires. So repping his Royal Rumble Colts shirt from when I went in February. So, yes, I'm doing great. It was a little bit rocky roads the past couple of days, but feeling good today. Got my nice coffee, and let's get it on, as I always say. In what, week 12? Week 13? Where are we at?
Crazy, 13.
Oh,
we're running out of numbers for college. They're at 14. They're almost at the bowls. So, we're running out of numbers to count. So regardless, we got a very great show. Joy in the house. Hi, Joy. Gold medalist, bowling, swim team, Special Olympic athlete right here. Shout out to Joy. Thank you for joining us. Special guest in the house. And Joy, we appreciate it very much. Our guy, Brick8141, let's go. Got you boys on the big TV. Come on. We appreciate the great Brick. Olivia in the house. Hey, how we in week 13? I know you look around, Joey, and it's week 13 and Thanksgiving, and we're going to start toeing the line with an extra segment called Turkey Talk. Have a little bit of Thanksgiving fun. How about that?
I'm all in for it. Let's get. We're going to be getting into there is a great NFL slate this year tomorrow, so we have so much to get over and get done. Let's start it up with some gobble.
Yeah, after Turkey Talk, we got the classics still. You're going to be bringing the people all the good stuff with all the good stuff. Opening coin toss. We got a fun opening coin toss segment. You guys will hear it soon, but it's going to be a great time. But it's time for some Turkey Talk. I don't have a gobble sound, sadly. That would be a little fun if I did, but I still got. I know. Maybe I'll look into it. But nonetheless, Turkey Talk. I can't believe it's Thanksgiving already. We do want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving tuned in out there. We really appreciate it over the years and thankful for everybody listening. But Joey, simple one to start. Favorite Thanksgiving food for you?
Man, honestly, I really enjoy the appetizers that just go with everything because everyone usually just brings a bomb-ass appetizer. And then by the time it gets to the actual meal, I'm kind of a little bit full. So I'm going a little off the reservation here. But I like having a few cocktails and getting some apps in me. And then I'll obviously grab a dinner plate, but then usually by that time I'll get full and tired. So I'm going with the appetizers with a couple of nice adult beverages for me. I'm going a little bit off the reservoir.
I said yesterday, if you guys missed it, we had some fun Turkey Talk on Tune Me Up Tuesday on the Buccateers. The replay is available on Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, and more. Nothing beats a little mashed potatoes with gravy drizzled on top of it. You smudge a little bit of corn in the mashed potatoes. You put a little bit of turkey in there, kind of just a corn.
Well, especially if some people make it dry. You need that gravy.
Dried turkey, man. If your turkey could start a house on fire, that is not good stuff. So cut it out. We'll go like that. Jenny from the block. Hello, happy Thanksgiving Eve, football fans. Hello, Jen. We thank you for joining. Cuzzo Chris says socks are off for week 13.
100% off. Now that you asked, I will do the deed for you, my friend.
Oh boy, we got socks already coming off this early.
He asked for it.
Could be a long one if that's already happening. Favorite holiday movie? Is it going to be, oh, sure. Or are we going somewhere else? Joy says her favorite food is mashed potatoes, gravy, turkey, peas. Love it. Love to play along. Feel free to answer all these with us. Favorite holiday movie?
It's definitely not Die Hard because that's not a holiday movie.
So we had that discussion last night. J-Lo said he never saw Die Hard.
Well, yeah, no comment. Too cold to have socks off with it. I can't get this straight. My favorite holiday movie, I'll go with. I'm just gonna go with the classic right now. I could watch Home Alone 1 and 2 on repeat for about 7 days straight.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna maybe go Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Well, if you want me to go more Thanksgiving, I'm always down for planes. Oh, sure. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So if you want me to stay more around the realm of Thanksgiving, I'll go Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I like who I am. John Candy is the man.
If you don't like John Candy, you are a sick, twisted individual.
Yeah, if you don't like John Candy, I don't got any candy for you come Halloween, so don't come knocking in my house. Thank you very much. Jenny saying concurring with Joey.
Greatness knows greatness. That's all I could say there.
Santa Claus, Tim Allen, there we go. Cuzzo saying Uncle Buck. Yeah, Uncle Buck's one of those where it does obviously take place in the wintertime, right? Because there's snow on the ground. He says, hey, let me in. I'm freezing. Ho! Freezing my ass off out here. Yeah. So you can tell it clearly does take place in the wintertime, Uncle Buck. But as far the Family Man, I do love me the Family Man with Nicolas Cage. That is a classic, instant classic right there.
No.
And then Elf. and Elf and Christmas Story in their pockets, right? Like Christmas Story is a perfect Christmas Day background movie when you're opening gifts. It's there in the background, nostalgic. Elf is good a couple times a year. Fred Claus, you could lope in there. So, we could go on and on here, but we sadly got to move on here, or else I'll have to pay overtime, which ain't easy this time of year. So I would prefer not to.
I know I started shopping for Christmas gifts because you got me motivated.
Yeah, well, about time.
It's freaking. You start shopping the day after freaking Christmas ends.
Well, what can you do? You got to do what you got to do. If you're not shopping after Christmas, what you're doing something. Last question here for Turkey Talk before we move on here to the opening coin toss. We got a lot of opening coin tosses to get to. So, Joey, the last one for Turkey Talk here. What is your go-to Thanksgiving dessert of choice?
I mean, everyone always says like some, like pecan pie or something. No. If you're going to give me a pie, just give me the French silk pie. I don't need the apple. I don't need the, pumpkin. I don't need the, pecan, as I just said. Give me a nice piece of cheesecake or give me French silk pie.
We got syrup on spaghetti and Elf reference. I mentioned
the funny part about that is actually the whole cast tried that after that scene. Everybody tried it on the cast.
I think it would be decent, actually. Like, not good, but I mean, like, spaghetti is pretty much just like a flavorless noodle if you're not adding flavor to it, I mean,
look who just Jimmy Coletta. One thing I'm thankful for is not having to see your face for a while. So thank you for joining today.
Wow, we're getting started early here with the labs.
Your girlfriend's cooler than you. You're a bottom feeder.
Oh my Lord, and she's even chiming in laughing. Joy is saying brownies, cookies, fudge brownies, chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to go with shout out to the late, great Red Eyes, mine and Joey's uncle. We named this segment after him, Red Eyes Pick'em. The neighbor, his neighbor, lovely lady, makes these apple slices that are to die for. They're just pockets of apple crisp goodness that just brick me up. And, they're hard to get to these days because going over there on Thanksgiving is a little tough. It's a cast of characters without Red Eyes. Yeah, that's for damn sure. But what can you do? So I haven't had those baked apple slices in decades now, but I'll get back to them one day. And I'm going with the apple slices that I haven't had in like 5 to 10 years now. Moving on, poor Jim, poor me, Olive. I haven't gotten an apple slice in a while, but it's okay. Maybe we could collect some coins. It's Joey. It's time for that opening coin toss. We're going to have a little fun today. We're going to do the penny, the nickel, the dime, the quarter, and some spare change. Because
Penny's gone. Penny's dead, dude.
Well, that's why the game is Bengals-Ravens for the penny. What say you?
Do you want me to just give info on the game or my prediction as well?
So we'll kind of go over like this. I'll kind of bring up a coin, and then you could go over your predictions and info. And you've killed the opening coin toss bets this year as well. So make sure you let the people know your success before we get into the whole grand scheme of things, because we got a lot of football to talk about in a little bit of time here.
Yeah, 9-5 on Thursdays. I'll give my bet shortly. Going to what you said on Ravens Bengals. Ravens are in another must-win. I don't care what anybody says about Cincinnati and Joe Burrow. Listen, Joe Burrow can't play O-line and he can't play defense. Ravens need this at home. They've been playing much better over the past month and a half or so, and they will get this victory. I know the spread's about 7. I don't know. I don't see much happening there. Joe Burrow's for sure starting this game.
It looks like he should be, and you know what Bengals fans will do? They'll help hit the gong to reland.
Ravens win.
Wow, there we go. All that wholehearted talk with Burrow and stuff. No, but I agree for the penny. And it's a good slate. If this is the worst game of the day, we will take that all day. So kudos to Thanksgiving for coming up with the watchable schedule. This game is the night game tomorrow, 8:20 Eastern on NBC. Hey, you're gonna get a little turducken down there at the game. Down there, you'll get the turducken. You'll get the turkey. Boom, maybe you know what I mean. John,
Don't choke over there, John.
But turducken will be had tomorrow. So I'm gonna say, if Joe Burrow plays, he's gonna be eating a turducken. Give me the Bengals if Joe Burrow plays tomorrow, because the Ravens haven't looked all that great, to be quite frank. You got Mark Andrews dropping easy touchdowns.
You're just mad about a bet. That's what you're mad about.
I'm mad about fantasy. The guy had the ball in his hands. Catch it. And then I'll beat the guy who charges $80 per pizza slice. Come on.
They've won 5 in a row.
Well, he hasn't. Come on. So we'll see. Other than that, we're moving on to the nickel here. The nickel is... And remember, this game will be found on CBS 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This one is, Joey, Chiefs at Dallas. So this is a traditional Thanksgiving game with Dallas being the home squad.
Yeah, and both teams are coming over very impressive wins. Chiefs in overtime against Indy, and then Dallas came all the way back against Philadelphia. So really good stuff by both of these teams to come into here. And honestly, another must-win game I see for both, because right now they'd both be on the outside looking in still. And you can't afford to do that much more after Thanksgiving. Real football starts in December. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think it will be a very close game, though, because Dallas with the new shift defense and Dak playing well look pretty good. But I'll take the Chiefs by slimmest of margins.
Olivia's saying, what was the Tampa? Not sure what that means there, but yeah, I'm not sure. But
her English is off. Maybe she meant, what was that, Tampa? And she meant your Madden impersonation, but I'm not really sure. Speaking totally different language.
Yeah, well, maybe either my John Madden's bad and I came off as a mongering gorilla right there, or people knew I was John Madden. Either way, it's okay. It's all good. It's all
back on.
Yeah, we got Chris Berman and John Madden there. And then, yes, Marv Albert's here too. Anyways, moving on. I'm going to go with, although the Cowboys, Quinnen Williams has been a hell of an acquisition, I will say. Linebacker from the Bengals has helped out over there too in Dallas. Quinnen Williams, though, Joey, has a ton of pressures. I believe only behind Myles Garrett in pressures since the Cowboys got Quinnen Williams at the trade deadline, so good for them to kind of not right the wrong in the Micah Parsons. Imagine Quinnen Williams and Micah Parsons together, but make a move there. But between at least getting Quinnen Williams from the Jets and getting Logan Wilson from the Bengals, the defense has looked a little bit better. Not good enough to get Mahomes and the Chiefs here, though. I'm going with Kansas City as well, and that brings us to the dime on Black Friday. This one is a really hot Bears team. They're looking to go toe-to-toe with another big-time foe in the NFC. This is a battle of two behemoths right now in the NFC. 3 o'clock Eastern, Black Friday. I hate the time, by the way. Good grief. Worst time you could have for a football game. 3 o'clock Eastern on Prime Video Black Friday, though, Joe. Bears at Philadelphia Eagles.
This is a very tricky game because Philadelphia now is coming off, like I just mentioned, that tough loss where they were up 21-0 in front of their home fans. If they lost this one, I could see some more things barking up in the locker room. You know how that always happens with this Philly team. But the Bears, I mean, there is no messing around with Mr. Ben Johnson right now. This team is on point. They're in rhythm. Caleb Williams, yes, he'll make a couple of plays where you go, huh? But the offense is rolling between that O-line and the run game. They have now won 8 out of 9. Very, very impressive. I think the Bears could cover, but I do see the Eagles, defending champs, squeaking it out at home in a close game. But you'll be very impressed by both of these teams. Ben Johnson teams don't quit, and they'll be up for the challenge, but Eagles still will hold on as they are, for now, the best team outside of the Rams in the NFC.
Oh, boy. And I was really hoping we didn't get comments as such to try. I'm not going to go in on a long rant, but Rich, I love you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. But all in short, I'm just moving on. I'm not replying to that. Fire Todd Bowles. If he doesn't make the playoffs this year, you could consider. If he craps his pants, if he makes the playoffs in round 1, you can consider. But until he gives you a reason to fire him, it's going to be tough to make that case. And that's all I'll simply say. God bless you. Thank you for joining. Joy is saying go Dallas and go Eagles. There we go. So she's on the Dallas and Eagles train. Our guy El Monito Fabricio saying happy Thanksgiving. God bless you all. God bless you, El Monito, as well.
He sent me something on Facebook today. I got to see what it was.
Yeah. He's always sending some good stuff over on Facebook, too. So I'm going to go with the Eagles in this one. They're going to come into this thing pissed off. I get the Bears are really good. They've been playing really good, but they're due for a little bit of a down game now after playing as good as they have played. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Philadelphia Eagles, which brings us to the quarter, Joey. This is a behemoth of the day, which kicks off our day. This thing is at noon Central, 1 Eastern tomorrow on Fox. Packers at Lions.
Yeah, that's the big one, and Bears fans will be watching that. They go back and forth on who they want to see lose. They've lost to Detroit once early in the season on the road, and they have the Packers twice coming up. So you could argue both sides of the ball of what they might want there, but Lions at home better get this one, because if they don't and go to 7-5, they're going to be really reeling the rest of the season. They have a tough schedule, amongst do so the Packers, but I saw Lions go to LA, I'm thinking another thing. So I think Detroit's in must-win desperation mode again, and they'll win by the slimmest. These are great games. I keep saying slimmest margin because I believe it. I think the Lions will squeak it out.
This one's tough, and they barely squeaked it out against famous Jameis and the Giants injured last week. The Lions just don't look the same right now. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers just because the Lions don't look like they're playing their best football right now. And I get the Packers haven't been either. Been a little helter-skelter, but they did take care of business against Minnesota last week, and their defense has been phenomenal. So give me the Packers over the
Wouldn't
Lions.
be shocked at all either.
Yeah, that one could go either way. So now we go to the spare change. We're calling it a little bit of college football action tomorrow. 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Navy at Memphis.
Oh, wow. I know this will probably be your spotlight of the weekend watching.
Love it.
Actually, this game might even be better than the territory of Maction. Rest in peace to Maction. Did you have any last words for the great Maction?
Yeah, I went down with the bang, and Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan got me the over, so that was good. UMass, you went 0-12 this year, 0 wins this year.
What a joke that is.
Yeah, you got blown out yesterday. Yeah, it's just, it's just not good. Not good. So
I'll go, though, with Navy really screwed me once this year, but I got nothing. I don't watch Memphis football. Give me Navy. And, sorry about the Packer. Wow, Joey's dead to it. Well, I still have a pulse, even though I've been a little out of it the past couple of days. I still have a pulse. So let's not be a Grim Reaper now over there, Scordato.
Yeah, and you're getting called a traitor as well by John.
I've been called much worse.
Wow. So there you have it. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to go with listen, Memphis does have a high-powered offense when it is clicking. But I'm going to go with Navy. I think Navy shows up on a holiday, one of the America days. Navy shows up in the Navy and gets a win with some good old spare change and the Navy there. So that was a long-winded opening coin toss. Joey, what's your bet then for the opening coin toss?
Yeah, 9-5 on the year, lost last week. What can you remind me of what was last Thursday's game again? I need to go. I want to go off on whoever the fuck played that game because they just treated me like shit. I believe it was. Houston Texans and Buffalo. Buffalo.
Remember Buffalo had that whoop-de-madoo and got down to the 20-yard line and then just stalled out.
Just Buffalo. You're going to do the same thing as you always do. Meltdown close to championship time. So that really pissed me off, got me to 9-5. But we're going to get the double-digit wins, double our win record, and take the Chiefs money line, because when the Chiefs need a win, they seem to get it. And hey, take that little extra cash that I know I'm bulking down the spread there. Just put more on the Chiefs. Take the money line and enjoy a nice little win in Jerry's world. By the way, I love seeing Jerry Jones up in his booth looking like he's got no pants on because he hasn't seen a pretty lady in about 20 years when his team's melting down losing. So I love seeing that. I hope they show him rotting away up there, and the Chiefs will take care of it.
Whenever they show him in the booth, all I think about is that one person from SpongeBob. Chocolate! What did he say? What did he say? That little rotted up worm who can't even move in the wheelchair. It's like, that's what I think when I see. I mean, that guy's just such a moron, man. I mean, he's flicking off fans, trading Micah Parsons, just making wrong move after wrong move. But his trade deadline moves have looked good. So I gotta give Jerry Jones kudos there. He's making good moves on the deadline. So there we go. If I have to give an opening coin toss, sprinkle in some little sugar. I would go with. I'm not going to go with.
Your bets have been placed for days. Actually, no, you wait till the day of. So.
I do wait till day of usually. Although I do like the Chiefs money line. I'm not going to double down and do that hoop-de-doo again because never like doing that. I'll go with Navy +4. Give me Navy getting the 4 points in
America. God shed his grace on thee.
Got a text. What the hell are you wearing? A fall shirt, brother. Get with the program. Get with it.
Who texted you
that? None. You know, it's just some ignorant fool on the side. That's all.
Son of a bitch off the stage.
We'll just say
America.
Brandon Bober texting into the show. Happy early Thanksgiving, dogs. I'm brick up. LOL. All right. Thank you, Bober. We appreciate you texting in to the show there. You get one good text, one bad text these days. I guess we'll take that. Moving on here from the opening coin toss, Joey, you got your own little feature here. We're going to go over a dive into the AFC South, where they see the AFC South standing at Thanksgiving. We'll kind of give our updates. Jaguars kind of winning some close ones of late. Colts lost a heartbreaker. Texans getting pretty damn hot, and the Titans are still probably the worst team in the league.
Yeah, you know, the thing that pisses me off most, the thing that pisses me off the most out of this division being Colts are 8-3, we're in first place. That Chiefs game, you know, that's not what I'm most pissed off about. We went into the toughest place to play. It was a playoff game for them. And they needed a must-win, and Mahomes did a couple of Mahomes things at the end. So we're 8-3. Kudos to the Chiefs. Hard team to beat. Whatever. The second-place team, Jacksonville, is the one that kills me. This Trevor Lawrence, who, you know, our pops, others weren't too high on. I was high on him coming out of the draft. This guy has 4 turnovers looking like shit, and they find ways to win in spite of him and do that. Now, he'll make his few electric plays, but they keep taunting about, you know, oh, their defense. No. Jacksonville will come back. They have an easier schedule. People think it will be easier for them. They'll find ways to lose. Mark it down. They could even lose this Sunday at Tennessee. Don't miss that. That could be potential Sunday information. But Houston Texans 6-5. 3 in a row with Davis Mills. There's actually talks in town of Houston on. It's crazy, but sometimes they say when you go 3-0, everyone falls in love with the backup. Fans are calling and saying, should we start him instead of Stroud? Of course not. It's going to be CJ. He was the number, 2 or 3 pick in the draft, so he's not going anywhere. They have looked good. And then the Titans are in the basement. At this point, Titans, please just beat the Jags or Houston when you play them, because the Colts went 2-0 against you. We don't get those licks left, so we need you to take care of business. But again, Colts play Houston on Sunday in a massive game. If Houston really wants to get back in this thing and get to 7-5, they have to win this Sunday. So it's a huge game in Lucas Oil Stadium that I'm looking forward to. What does that say there? I'm family to Jay Uso, Cody. Oh, yeah, I love Jay and Cody. Great picks, Joy. But, yeah, there's some AFC South. What's your thoughts on any of that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much Going to be chalk for the rest of the year in the AFC South. I think how it kind of looks right now is kind of how it will finish. I do have the Texans finishing over the Jaguars. I think Texans are coming on strong. I think Texans have a very good defense. If you look at some of the Jaguars' wins, they're not very strong, right? Look at Arizona barely being able to beat them, at Vegas barely being able to squeak one out there. So I'm not really a fan of this Jaguars team. I think they've gotten lucky. They don't really have any core wins, great wins under their belt. I'm going to go with them finishing in third. That's where I think they end up above the Titans. I think Titans get one more win the rest of the season. They remain in last, and it's kind of funny. They'll have the first pick again after just getting Cam Ward with the first pick this year, so kudos to them. I see the Texans sneaking out a wild card. I really do. I think they get into the wild card hunt, and I think the Colts come in first. So my prediction is Colts get first at 11-6 or 12 and probably 12-5. I think they rest their starters at last week, though, if they're deemed worthy. So maybe that could take a chip off the old block. And then I think Texans win around 10 or 11 games. I think Jaguars ultimately win about 9, and I think Titans win about 2. That's my deep thoughts for the AFC South.
Yeah, and again, it's not going to be easy down the stretch. I hope the Jaguars lose that. They do sadly have the easiest schedule, but that's what you expect in football. Like I said, December football is the best football. If the Colts want to remain in first and stay at the top, you got to win those games just like everybody else. So I cannot wait for so many of these division races to come down to the wire.
Yeah, I mean, the Jaguars, they got a couple easy, they got at Titans, so I'll give them a win there. Then they're going to lose to the Colts. They'll beat the Jets. They'll lose to the Broncos, so that's 2-2. Then they'll lose to the Colts 2-3. The best I see Jacksonville going is 10 wins. So, I don't think they're that great.
Magic number in the South is 11.
Speaking of magic number, it's time to get magical. Time to get quizzical. No, I'm kidding. But oh, no, that is scary stuff right there. We're going to do toe in the line with some of the best topics or scorching topics from around the world of sports with yours truly, Joey Nips. Joey, time to toe that line in a toast and an ode to Coach Greg Schiano. What say you for the hottest or scorching topics that are toeing your line?
Yeah, by the way, if you don't watch every Thursday, well, first off, what the fuck you doing? But this show, like Tone said at the beginning, and I'm saying now, does usually drop on Thursdays afternoons. Toe in the line, check me out. We do all the same segments as now, minus the Thanksgiving fun. But Toe in the Line is a segment where literally my toes are on that line. 10 toes down, as Tones likes to say. And I go off on a couple things that are just, blasphemy. And the first one I'm going to go off on, last night I'm watching the NBA. The NBA fake fights are hilarious. I'm not here to say that NBA players should be fighting all the time and stuff like that. But these fights where they do like put your dukes up and then you back up, you whimper your hands around and shit. Be a man. If you want to do something to somebody, I'm looking at last night with Wendell Carter and Andre Drummond, or Luka Doncic and Chris Dunn. These NBA players talk shit, do your thing, but unless you're going to crack someone, stay away. Stop looking like a fake tough guy. You ain't no fake tough guy.
Oh my Lord.
No,
wow.
it's go watch the videos. If you haven't seen what I'm talking about, look up from the Magic 76ers.
I mean, they're NBA players. All they do is flop. That's their forte.
There's just one of them where I'm like, oh my goodness, what's really going on here?
Their best scorer in the league, Kevin Durant, can't even, he could only, bench press like 10 reps of like 10 pounds. It's like, I love the NBA, but they're weaklings, man. They're fake tough guys. That's what they are. Then you got John Morant taunting guns in strip clubs. It's like, who the hell do you think you are? See, that's the problem with the NBA. They try and act like people they're not. And that's why they've kind of lost me over the years. Hockey players keep it real. Baseball players keep it real. Football players pretty much keep it real. Then basketball, you got prima donna motherfuckers out there wanking around. And, it just pisses me off. So I love my Bulls, and I'd still like basketball. But come on, now you got Chauncey Billups and all these guys going down for all this gambling ring stuff. It's like, that's heck of shit. Bless you and bless Chauncey Billups because he going to jail. But,
Well, yeah. And speaking of blessing, the second thing I was going to go off on, which I'm close to crossing, is everybody. I'm a Colts fan, so I give some perspective time. Everyone always like to go off and talk about Richardson's accuracy, this and that. You know who stinks more than him, and I'm about to send out of the league because every time I watch him, he doesn't even look like he can make a throw to a freaking 10-foot wideout. J.J. McCarthy stinks. Now they're putting in a fake injury behind him saying concussion. This guy didn't have to throw much at Michigan, and it wasn't because he didn't have to mostly. It's because he couldn't make big throws, so they ran the ball with the good running game they had. This guy under Kevin O'Connell should be much better. O'Connell has led dog shit QBs to victories, and the poor guy can't even get any wins because his rookie/second-year guy is just simply not getting the job done. People want to talk about other QBs sometimes in accuracy. Let's start focusing in on J.J. Stankovitz.
wow. All right. Here we go. And now I'll give my one little bit of toe in the line talk. I'm going to say this. Nebraska, you sad, sad sack of shit.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
I'm sorry. All I hear all week is, oh, we got $4 tickets in your stadium. Oh, backup quarterback. Oh, blah, blah, blah. He looked great against UCLA. Yeah, kudos. Tip of the cap. I would hope you look good against UCLA. That's what got Penn State's coach fired for not looking good against UCLA. So kudos. And you extended your coach, Matt Rule. Wow, that is just too good.
And now your hands here. Oh my god.
And now your hands are tied like this because your guys' win ceiling is 7 every year. I already went through your schedule next year. You're lucky to win 6. So, man, I just want to say toe that line, Nebraska, you Cornhuskers, because the Rutgers coach, Greg Schiano, might finish with just as many wins as you. Penn State, who fired their head coach, beat you and probably will get a better bowl game than you. So, you extend your coach for doing what? And now your hands are tied. And I love my Nebraska listeners, and you guys deserve better than Matt Rule as your head coach, and that's my toe in the line rant.
Hey, do you toe the line on going off on the – I don't care, but maybe you will since it's tradition, the 30-minute difference tomorrow week instead of getting the 11:30 start. I don't care about it either, but some people may – I could care less.
I noticed that, and I'm actually a fan of the later. I'm not going to lie. I like the later kickoff.
And also a little bit of breaking news. Patriots left tackle Will Campbell is placed on the injured reserve.
The earliest he could be back is week 18, so that's certainly something to keep an eye on. But Joey, okay, so you bring up that. My one rant is this. College football, you see the NFL with 3 games on, and you leave us with nothing on Wednesday. Why wouldn't you put Navy Memphis tonight? Give us a football game tonight, and then leave the NFL alone tomorrow. So that's my little scheduling rant.
True that.
And we'll carry on here from toeing the line to Sunday's Sundae, who deserves a sweet treat this week in the world of football. I got a mini one quick, and then I got my main one. And Joey, my mini one quick.
Let's start with the mini ones. Let's start with the minis.
I'm just going Penn State. And I do this because their season
– Oh, you freaking homer.
Well, they fired their coach. The season was done. They lost Drew Eller, and they fired their coach the same week. Do you know many other teams that not only would do that, but then they come out again, they lose to Iowa in a heartbreaker. They lose to Ohio State in a tough game. They lose to Indiana, a heartbreaker. What 3-6 team would even have the will to go on and, win in Michigan State, kick their ass? Now they beat Nebraska. And now they could get a bowl game if they go ahead and win in Rutgers. That's why it's a mini sweet treat. I can't give them too big of one because the season was still a failure. But the rebound of the year for Terry Smith, kudos to him. He should be their next head coach. Look at what Marcus Freeman has done in Notre Dame.
Yeah, and I'll have a little homer one in my bigger treat because it's a big game. But a mini treat looking at this Sunday, I was trying my best to maybe prop the Titans up, but that's too hard to do. One place I will take us to is Buffalo and Pittsburgh. listen, if Buffalo loses going to 7-5, they really have no shot at the division because Patriots have an easy schedule and they already beat them once. So that would be big. And then Steelers, if Ravens win tomorrow, they're solely in first, and the Steelers will be chasing them. So they need that win. So whoever wins Bills Steelers is having a nice little sweet treat this weekend because they're both looking up in their divisions, and they're both teams that are, veteran base. So both of them need this going into December, and that would be my little pie for them, little cut of pie on that small little treat.
I love it. And I'll go with my bigger one now. You could say bigger because they have a chance of actually winning. Hold on. I know their season's over. I know they're done. But the Miami Dolphins have a chance of winning 3 straight football games with the Saints coming to them this weekend. And before you know it, they might become 5-7. And not saying they'll make the playoffs, but Joey, you could tell Mike McDaniel is kind of fighting for his life. And I will say, I'll give him all the kudos in the world when they beat Buffalo a couple weeks back when you did the drive-by with Bills fans in Miami at the Bills bar. McDaniel was just mean-mugging him. So if the Dolphins could beat the Saints this Sunday and get to 3 wins in a row, and their schedule ends kind of easy, and remember, they are doing this without Tyreek Hill, a couple of other key players as well. They kind of traded away some people, released some people. So, Joey, this is their schedule. And again, I'm not saying they'll make a run or anything, but listen to this. Dolphins have the Saints at home. Then they're at the Jets. Then they're at Pittsburgh. Then they're home against the Bengals. That could be a lot of wins right there for a Miami Dolphins team who once looked doom and gloom. So if they beat the Saints this weekend, if they get to 3 wins in a row with some easy games upcoming, I'll give them my biggest Sunday on Sunday.
Yeah, and the other game I'll go to is the big one between Houston and Indianapolis, like I mentioned, for the division. All those Houston people out there probably got their cowboy hats on. They're probably shaking and baking over trying to get a big win. They've won 3 in a row. Not so fast, my friends. You guys are out. I'm a Colts fan here. The big cream pie. Wow, that sounds good. Yeah, it's coming my way on Sunday. Take damn thing down.
I'm just making all noises right now. I don't know what to.
I'm bricked up for it. So it's a big one. It's a massive one. Whoever wins that game will pretty much feel like they're in control of that. So I already went over it mostly, but Colts need to bounce back. Houston needs to keep the mojo going. To me, whoever wins that game is in the driver's seat. So that would be my big Sunday.
And Joey, real quick here, I do want to mention, I forgot to retract into towing the line a little bit. Shame on FSU for being too cheap to keep Mike Norvell. You see all these other teams moving on, and Florida State's going to keep him. You know, what are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, that's just a program that's really, since their quarterback got injured and they got screwed out of the playoff, it's been all downhill.
We got bricked up and cream pies going here as we get our hands dirty for some locker room talk and the final words closing out. But before that, we'll give our upcoming Buccateers schedule once again. If you missed Tune Me Up Tuesday, it's available now on YouTube and beyond. Go catch a replay of that. This is Towing the Line, so you are watching Towing the Line. There will be no mini Towing the Line this year or this week. It's a big towing of the line. And then Friday we'll be back with our football weekend shows. Friday is loaded between NFL and college football, so no point of waiting until Saturday. We're going to come at you guys on Black Friday with that. And then campus kickoff, J-Lo's harder to find than Waldo right now, so we'll see how the hell.
Wow.
I mean,
usually not the case.
Good guy, nice guy, got to meet this guy, but, you know, he's just a little bit missing.
Speaking of towing the line, I think I got a toenail or two I need to cut up after this.
All right, locker room talk. What say you? My locker room talk is get those things trimmed, fam.
Hey, Christian brought it on to us. That's on him. But I'll end. I'll say this: everybody have a God bless, happy Thanksgiving out there. Time with the family is more important than anything else. Especially with a lot of crazy shit going on. You got crazy people. I mean, especially for the fans of us who live here in Chicago, we know how things can get really cray. So enjoy that time wherever you go. If it's the in-laws, your own, your side of the family, boyfriend, girlfriend, you're traveling a couple places. Enjoy all the time. Responsibly have some adult beverages and really have a good meal to end things. But, hey, if you don't have that, you have all this great football schedule to look at. If you don't be disappointed if you have nowhere to go this year, if you couldn't travel because things are crazy at the airports or it's so damn windy here, if you didn't put up the decorations the past week, don't try today. Don't be a hero. Wait on it a little bit.
No, you try today because you're too late. You're too damn late. Get your ass out there, fatso, and go put up the decorations if you haven't already. That's what I'm going to go tell you right now. So
I was trying to be a little nicer than that, but hey, sometimes can't always be that way when we got the Grinch.
No, I'm just kidding because something just pissed me off. You know what's the worst? It's November 26th. This is my locker room talk. I'm getting my hands dirty. You're already buying Christmas gifts, and then somebody goes, "Hey, we're actually not going to exchange this year." What? And I bought you a custom gift that you can't even return? Are you kidding me? This is what is wrong with this.
Reveal who it is on the air or no?
No, this
text me on the side.
Yeah, just terrible.
Well, that's why you don't shop in July.
I bought I bought this
don't be cheap, people. If you're gonna get something, do it right. That's another thing. You're going shopping this weekend, just do it right.
Yeah, that's my little aggravation right there. And no, I'm in agreement on the decorations today. Don't do them today for real. It's going to be 40, 50 mile an hour gusts. Do them on Friday. Friday, it should probably be a little bit better. So wait till Friday. Don't be a Brian Kelly and send your kid up there in a scissor lift and,
Come on. I will say this. I went to Starbucks today. I don't even know. I always go off on this, but they got all these fancy names, all this bullshit. If I'm going to go to you and give service, if I want a large iced coffee with French vanilla, you're going to give it to me. Don't ask me all this extra bullshit. I don't need to say Bente. I don't need to freaking say syrup. Just give me what I want. And on top of that, give me a real straw. None of that fake shit. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, gee, what was that? A $20 drink there or something? But nonetheless, one last round of applause.
I did support him. I'm still buying.
You know what you should try next? Go into a little nice coffee shop and support them too. That would be awesome.
Text me one that's nearby and I'll do it right away.
When the Line was live with yours truly, Joey Nips Tampa Tones here. We will be back. Christmas week is a little different too, so we'll probably do the same on Christmas week as well because you got games on Christmas Day in the middle of the week. So the next time we do a live Towing the Line, we'll be back for Christmas. But until then, Towing the Line, you can catch every Thursday with yours truly, Joey Nips hosting, Tampa Tones producing. And until Friday, unless campus kickoff comes before them, but Friday we'll be back with our weekend of football kickoff show. Joey, happy Thanksgiving, all our listeners. Happy Thanksgiving. Be safe, be blessed, and love you all. We'll be back on Friday at about 10 a.m. Eastern. See you.
God bless. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bro, we'll put it like that.
Nice.
What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
Awesome.
It was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly, from there, the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
But how was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But, to watch that and to think I wish I was there live. So to have your video was so cool. And just say, this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like he's got the ball yet. I mean, first NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, this is so cool to see. And it was fun to watch. And, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. what a memory. What a memory to have, right? So,
And honestly,
cool.
those one of the best guests ever, the Buccateers in the house tonight. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little cleared. But we're joined by Pat
It looks like
Donovan.
Sundae's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like we got a little.
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, hey, nothing's happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took over Rich McCann, it was still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then come out and make us do it.
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccateers, a wide receiver, Kalen Geiger, and we are about to have a great pod. This is